Greetings, great-end learners. My name is Mr. Simbi, and welcome to today's accounting class. In today's class, we're going to be doing the debtors journal. We have a lot of calculations that we're going to be doing. Make sure you have your calculator, you have a pen or a pencil, and if somewhere else to write as well. With me here, I have a question, and it reads, prepare the debtors journal of Bootleg Traders for 30 June, and the transactions are given as follows. Invoice. So remember the source document, invoice. Here it will be invoice 34. The day will be the 3rd. All right. And then to whom did we sell the goods? We sold the goods to Sibusiso Ndlovu. We sold the goods to Sibusiso Ndlovu. And we sold these goods for 3,600. And they have given us the cost price, which is 1,800. So this one is much easier. The cost price is already given 1,800. Let us now go to the next aspect. It says, sold goods, remember, on the 11th. The date is the 11th. Sold goods to Jabu Nkosi. So, coming here, I'm going to have my Jabu Nkosi. And we sold goods to him for 7,500. And the cost price was. So, the moment your cost price is given, this makes it even easier. So, you just take your 5,000, you bring it here. Here is my 5,000. And they say invoice 35 was issued. 35. Number 24. Issued invoice 36. So I know already my next invoice is invoice number 36. And they say issued invoice 36. The date is the 24th. Issued invoice to Ryan Gigs. So I'm coming here, we're selling goods, and the debtor's name is Ryan Gigs. And we are told that the goods were sold for 27,000. And they say these goods were sold at 60% markup on cost. So that means I can get my 27,000 here. There it is. But for me to get my cost of sales, I now need to calculate for it. How do I do that? I have to remember that my cost is always 100%. And my markup, in this case, I'm told that my markup is 60%. That means my selling price becomes 160%. Then this is equal to the 27,000. I then use the UK method, which says, what is it that I want? This is what I want. I want the 100%. So I want 100. What do I have? I have 160. And what do I have? I have 27,000 in rands. If you punch that in your calculator, it will give you now 16,875. 16,875. So when I come here, my cost of sales becomes 16,875. Now, have your calculator close to you because we're going to close this off now. We're going to add now 3,600 plus 7,500 plus 27,000. That is going to give me 38,100. And then if I add these ones, that gives me 23,625. 75 rather. 23,675. 23,675. 75, not 25. After preparing the debtors journal, we then need to post to the general ledger. Let's quickly see how we would post these amounts to the general ledger. Remember, whenever we sell goods, 4 accounts must be affected. All right, 4 accounts are going to be affected, and we are talking the discount. All right, so debtors control, sales, cost of sales, and trading stock. And then here my amounts are going to be 38.1, and here it's going to be 23,675. And my signs are going to be plus, 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 and it's a minus. Let's quickly see. My debtors control is an asset. When I sell goods, I'm going to come to my debtors control. What do I now say? Sales. All right. From the DJ, how much is it? 38,100. That means I have posted this one then. And then I'm going to go now and complete double entry. I'm coming now to my sales. So in my sales, what do I now say? I now say debtors control. On the credit side, I'm going to now say debtors control. And I'm going to have my 38,100. And then I'm going to come to my trading stock. Remember, it's an asset. It increases on the debit side. But when I'm selling goods, hence here I'm saying minus. When I'm selling goods, I'm coming here now to say cost of sales. Cost of sales from the DJ. And how much is that going to be? I'm now using the 23,675. 23,675. I come to the cost of sales. Remember, an expense, so on the debit side it increases. Then I'm going to say trading stock. All right? And DJ. How much is it going to be? 23,675. Then in this case, I would have completed my general ledger. Okay. After completing your general ledger, now we can post to the trial balance. After posting to the general ledger, then we can post to the trial balance. As you see here, we're going to get the total here, which is going to give you 93,100. So debtors control comes to the debit side, 93,100. And then in the trading stock account, you have to close it off. Remember, it's a ledger account, so you're going to get 42,000 here, and you're going to get another 42,000 here. So the balance that is going to be carried down here, becomes 18,325, which then becomes your balance brought down here, 18,325. When you have that, you bring it here now, 18,325. But when you're posting from your sales, because there is no other transaction, you're just coming to a credit side, you're having your 38,100. And with your cost of sales, because there's nothing else, you just bring it to your debit side, 23,675. Okay, let's quickly move on to the next aspect. Now, once you are done with your trial balance, now we're going to do the debtors ledger. Remember, in the debtors ledger, on the debit side, I have a plus. On the credit side, I have a minus. Let's quickly post. We have a debtor here, Sibusison Ndovu. We sold goods to him of 3,600. So we're going to come here and we're going to record our invoice, which is invoice number 34. And the amount is going to be 3,600. So if you say 7.2 plus 3.6, that gives you 10,800. Let's quickly go to Jabu Nkosi. With Jabu Nkosi, we sold goods of 7,500. So we're coming here. We're going to get again another invoice, which is invoice number 35. And the invoice is for 7,500. Remember, debit is plus. 11.2 plus 7.5 gives you 18,700. Then we go to the next debtor, who is Ryan Giggs. We sold goods of 27,000. So you're going to record again another invoice, which is invoice number 36. And then on the debit side, which is the plus, we're going to bring our 27,000, which then gives you 34,600. When your debtors ledger is completed, then you can complete the debtors list. As Ndlovu, how much is he owing us? 10,800. Okay? And then we come to Jane Nkosi. How much is Jane Nkosi owing us? 18,700. And then the last debtor is Ryan Giggs. And how much is he owing us? 34,600. And then when you have these figures, I want you to have your calculator close to you. And then you are now saying, I'm going to call the figures out for you. You're adding 10,800 plus 18,700, which is Jane Nkosi, plus 34,600, which is Ryan Giggs. And then you end up with 64,100. That becomes your debtors list total. All right. Now, after you have gotten your total, then you are done there. Dear learners, with me here, I have an internal control scenario, and it reads, Maggie, the owner of Maggie Dealers, has realized that some of her credit customers are not paying on time, and some eventually do not pay at all. In the first 6 months of the year, Maggie Dealers has lost 75,890 due to debtors that could not be reached. What internal control measures can Maggie put in place to ensure that this does not happen again? Okay, so here is the solution. Number one, debtors must be carefully selected, checking if they are credit worthy. You need to send regular statements to your debtors. That is, you need to keep reminding them of how much they're owing the business. Debtors records must be kept. All right, so we need to know who is our debtors and how much they're owing the business. And then lastly, it is important that we offer discount to debtors for early settlement. That is, if we want our debtors to settle off their accounts much quicker, we can give them a settlement discount. Dear learners, we're going to go for a quick ad break, and I'm going to see you in a very short while.